Welcome again to Buying in Queenstown property series. Today I'd like to cover the final part on the journey of becoming a property owner, the settlement, also known as the possession date. Before the settlement date arrives, there is a number of checks you need to do. As a real estate professional, I can help you with the pre-settlement inspection of the home and also arrange the keys to be picked up once the settlement takes place. However, before that happens, legal papers need to be signed and money needs to be transferred. To avoid any issues on that day, you need to take legal advice prior to that happening. Today I asked Graeme Todd of Todd and Walker Law to tell us what needs to happen when the settlement day arrives. Welcome, Graeme.
Hi, Beata. Well, often a lot is happening before the settlement date, and as a lawyer, we like to see everything happening well before the settlement date.
Absolutely, a long journey, isn't it?
It is a long journey, and you have to have all your ducks lined up, as it were, to get to a point where we can actually settle. In New Zealand, we have a electronic land registry system, one of the first in the world to have that. And so the key documents that we as your solicitor or lawyer will have you sign beforehand is what is known as an authority and instruction form, enabling us to actually register the transfer and any mortgages or anything like that electronically on your behalf prior to settlement. And we set up what is known as a dealing with the vendor's lawyer. And between us, we have all the documents set up, and then on the day when the funds are transferred, then what we do is we clear the dealing and the transfer goes through simultaneously into your name. And often we can produce to you a copy of the title with your name on it on the very day that you've completed settlement.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It is a fantastic system that we have. But there are a number of steps, like you said, and the things you need to think about when you're buying a property. Number one is insurance. You need to ensure that the property is insured for its reinstatement value in New Zealand. You can no longer insure for replacement value since the Canterbury earthquakes, where a lot of insurance companies got caught out because properties were insured for a lot more than they were actually valued for. And so you need to have insurance in place. You need to have utilities in place, like your power and telephone and things like that, Wi-Fi, all of those things. And because of the amount of transactions that we have happening in the Queenstown area and particularly new builds, those types of services are in high demand, so you need to get in the queue very early on to make sure that all of those services are going to be available to you on the day that you take over the property. And so there's the electricity to arrange, the gas supply to arrange, the telecommunications, telephone, Wi-Fi, all of those things to arrange. And then if you're an overseas person, you'll also probably want to have in place property management services as well going forward after you've completed the purchase.
That's right, that's a long list.
It is a long list, and there's a good checklist there to have. And so you need to speak with both your real estate agent and your lawyer well before that date and make sure all of those things are in place.
Fantastic. Well, make sure that you follow this advice, and I will provide you a checklist that you can base your future dealings on, or at least start on. And of course, feel free to shoot any questions you have to myself or to Graeme. We're both very happy to help you. Thank you, Graeme.
Thanks, Beata. And the key one is make sure the money is in the bank account, in your lawyer's bank account, well and truly before settlement day. And
do not make settlement Friday 4 p.m. It's not going to happen, not in Queenstown. Thank you.